Right. There we go. House if I unmute everybody. Hello and welcome back to Curse of Strahd. It's D&D on Tuesday nights. This is session 4 on August 20th. And just kind of watching the voice chat there, waiting for everybody to get in. But we'll be kicking this off here in just a couple minutes. I'm going to go ahead and hop on Discord now, just to make sure things are working right.
Oof.
Hello.
Hello.
I am hoping everyone shows up.
I didn't remember Thomas said he wasn't going to be joining, and Flicker was certain that she was going to show, so.
I'm here. Sorry, I was in the restroom.
Hey, there you are.
Yeah, you didn't fall in.
Falling in is not a good thing. I have actually fallen in before. Alright, so looks like we're missing just 2 people, possibly. I know of 1 for sure.
Let me go turn off my fan real fast.
Okay, so who wants to start off with the recap of what happened last week?
Well, we went to the church early in the morning, and we spoke with the priest there. He made us aware that the church wasn't currently safe because somebody had stolen the bones of Saint Andrew, I think it was.
Yes.
We then proceeded to help him retrieve the bones of Saint Andrew. We had to um, he gave us a lead to check on the orphanage. We went there and we spoke to one of the children who pointed us to another child who eventually pointed us to the coffin maker.
Yes, and Edmore, what happened at the coffee maker shop?
Let's see, we were able to get the coffin maker to come out and speak with us. Found out that there was vampires upstairs, and at that point we went upstairs and also found out where the bones were. And we happened to kill all of the vampires, luckily, and I believe Jimmy was able to find the bones, and we got out of there.
All right, and then Gennaro, what happened after you all went back and delivered the bones?
I'm honestly brain farting. let's see. We went to. I know we went to the Vistani village and spoke to the leader. We got more quest stuff, and then we also witness a fisherman get killed for being crazy, stupid drunk.
And why was he killed?
I kidnapped a girl and was trying to sacrifice her to some sea god person in the lake.
Right, that's a pretty good idea of what happened last week. So we are in Valakheim, and right now you kind of have a couple different things. You have the Wizards of the Wines that's going on, that they're needing it for the inn and for the Vistani, and at the Amber Temple, the Dusk Elf that you met in the Vistani camp, Casimir was his name. He has something for you, but you have to help him first, and that was to raise his dead daughter.
I forgot about that.
Wasn't it his sister?
Maybe his sister.
Okay.
One of the two. Good. How to break the real estate market rule yet? Okay, we're gonna go ahead and start. I just got a message from Flicka. She's gonna be watching. She won't be able to say much, but she's here as much as she can be. So you'll wake up in the morning time in the inn, in the rooms that you stayed in before, and you come down in the morning, and the inn itself, the barkeep and everything he's no longer there. There's a sign hanging in the door of the inn, like facing outwards. Other than that, it's dead quiet.
Is this the day of or the day before the festival?
Of.
Day of, okay.
Do we know what time the festival begins?
You don't know exactly what time of day it begins. It's kind of like an all day thing.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess Jimmy will head downstairs and start eating his breakfast.
Okay. Are you gonna cook breakfast for yourself, or?
Is that allowed here, or would that be
I mean,
taboo? Is there somebody up?
No, there's no one in the building.
Oh, okay. Then Jimmy will go out and search for why aren't there people in the building? Where they? Oh, actually, before he does that, he'll talk to everybody. Hey, I don't know where the staff is here. I was hoping to get breakfast. You guys want to come with and see if we could find them?
Sure, they're probably at the festival, I would imagine.
You think it starts this early?
Well, it's just an explanation of why they're not here. They could also just be on the lam. I don't know.
I bet they're at the festival.
So you go and open the door of the inn. Inside the door facing outwards, it's a sign that says "Closed for the festival of the Blazing Sun. Will reopen tonight."
Well, that
And
explains
you
it.
look outside. You look outside, and the streets are full of people, but they're decorating, like they're preparing for the festival. So you probably have a little bit of time before the festival actually begins.
Jimmy will turn to the rest of the group. You guys think we should tell the guards about the vampires we found yesterday?
Yes.
Definitely.
Yeah, they would want to know about that.
And you know what? I forgot something in my room. I'm gonna go get it.
Okay.
Uh, there's nobody in the inn, you said, right?
Correct.
Can Jimmy case the place for valuables?
Um, hold on. And you can. I just have to put you on that map.
What was that? Sorry.
I just have to put you on that map if you wanted to explore the inn.
Okay, yeah. So I'll just walk back in inconspicuously. Oh wait. Well, I actually came out down here, right?
Right.
So our rooms were. Okay. Oh, there's a guy in here.
He's not supposed to be there. Let me move him.
Hi. Jimmy is going to walk around. Is this door open here? Is it like locked or unlocked?
It is unlocked.
Alright, Jimmy will open it.
It opens to what appears to be a kitchen of sorts.
Nobody keeps anything valuable in their kitchen, so Jimmy will walk out and he'll go up the stairs. Does that take me to like the other? Okay. Is this door open?
It is not unlocked. It is locked.
Okay. Jimmy will try to unlock it.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for it. You don't seem to be able to pick the lock.
That's bad luck. Jimmy wonders to himself if he's getting soft in his old age. Is this door locked or unlocked?
It is locked as well.
Okay, Jimmy will try this door. Actually, and let me just also say, can Jimmy be doing this all stealthily?
Yes.
All right, so I'll roll for the stealth if I should.
You don't necessarily roll for stealth because there's no one here to see you. So.
Okay. If it becomes pertinent, let me know.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Again, the door does not seem to unlock.
Jimmy, he's looking at his thieves' tool. Like, what is wrong with these things? Wow. He'll walk up to the last door. Is this door locked or unlocked?
It is locked as well.
Jimmy looks up to the sky, prays to whatever god thieves pray to when they're worried that their skills are diminished, and will try this one. That'll do it.
That doesn't work either.
Okay, Jimmy's gonna leave the inn. Yeah, if you want to just like bring him all the way back to the outside.
So, Jimmy, did you find anything valuable in there?
Well, I found the sock that I was missing, but that was it. Oh, well, I guess we should continue on with our day.
I don't see a reason why not. We might as well get going.
Okay, is there anything that you want to do before the festival begins?
Not me.
All right. So you walk down the street and to begin your day, and under threatening skies, a parade of unhappy children dressed as flowers trudges through the muddy streets, leading the way for a group of sorry-looking men and women carrying a 10-foot diameter wicker ball. The burgomaster and his smiling wife, who holds a sad bouquet of wilting flowers, follows the procession on horseback. As weary spectators watch from their stoops, the ball is borne to the town square. There it is hoisted and hung from a 15-foot high wooden scaffold, and townsfolk take turns splashing it with oil. Before the wicker sun can be set ablaze, the sky tears open in a sudden downpour. All will be well, cries the burgomaster as he brandishes a sputtering torch and marches defiantly through the rain towards the wicker ball, only to have his torch go out as he thrusts it into the sphere. A singular laugh erupts from the crowd, drawing the burgomaster's fiery gaze, as well as guests from the townsfolk. Who said that? Or who laughed? Asked the burgomaster. And there's a small group of guards off to the side, and they kind of just part ways to a person, to another guard standing there. Lars, I'm tired of your outbursts. And he immediately has Lars arrested for quote unquote, spite. Bind him at the ankles and wrists. I will drag him through the town square for the amusement of all, the burgomaster cries out. Do you all do anything?
That sounds real messed up.
Admore, should we do something? This is pretty messed up.
As much as I'd like to, we don't need thrown out of this town.
Yeah, just be careful that none of you guys are spiteful in any way. Seems to be punished pretty heavily here.
Maybe we shouldn't tell them about the vampires in the boxes.
Yeah, today might not be a good day to upset that guy. Let's just
I agree.
let's try to, enjoy the festivities and not get dragged through the town.
The last thing we'd want is to be dragged or imprisoned before we can find out what's in that damn cage.
That is true. Should we go check on that?
Yes, I want to go see the carnival stuff.
So the burgomaster, he mounts this horse, and the guards, as they tie Lars to the back of the burgomaster's horse, kind of shake their heads, pat him on the back. As you hear a woman cry out from the crowd, it's probably more likely his wife. And the horse kicks off and drags Lars down the street to his death. The rest of the town, very, not really overly saddened. They were kind of sad and dreary in the first place. Well, there goes another festival. and they all return back to their homes.
To be honest, I didn't know that he'd like straight up die. I thought maybe it just really hurt.
Yeah, I didn't realize that either.
I kind of hope Strahd kills this burger master. Like, it's not going to upset me that much.
Why wait for Strahd?
Well, either way, we should probably go check on the cart. Even without a festival, I want to know what's going on.
So you go back to the stockyards, and at the stockyards, you see. Oh, I just had a mind fart. Hold on. Rotavio. There with the cart, and he opens up the back of the cart, and out jumps a saber-tooth tiger in battle armor. Lets out a loud
Holy
roar,
shit!
and he smacks the animal on the butt and says, "Go get him, girl!" And it just takes off and tears through town. As Rotavio just starts laughing.
Okay, that's not cool.
Ah, it's okay. She's well trained.
Who's she going after?
She's trained to seek out the Vistani.
That's not okay.
No, that is not okay.
But you see, the Vistani, they're evil. They need to be removed from these lands. They work for Strahd. And my tiger will seek them out one by one.
Flicker's gonna just start running after the tiger.
Jamara is too.
The tiger is so quick, it's already gone.
Well, if it's going towards the Vistani, Flicker knows where the Vistani stay, so she's as fast as she possibly can making her way that way.
Yeah, we should book it towards the Stony camp.
Jimmy will dawdle a little bit and ask him, how do you know the Vistani are evil?
He, Okay, so out of character, how much do you guys know all about, like, Ravenloft and kind of like the main characters?
Very little.
An okay amount.
Not much.
Yeah, I'm not very knowledgeable in that sense.
Okay.
And neither am I.
Okay. So who's talking to Rictavio now?
Jimmy.
He cracks this wicked looking smile at you, and he's like, "You don't recognize me, do you?"
Have I ever seen you before in my life?
As he takes off his hat, and he says, "Why, my name is really Rudolph Van Richten. I'm a monster hunter." And as he takes his hat off, his shape kind of changes from this young man, full and vibrant, to this man that's very stout and covered in garb like furs and a cloak. You see, I've been hiding here under disguise, trying to find the servants of Strahd and destroy them. I have traveled these lands of Ravenloft destroyed vampires, slain women who were half women and half snake.
Okay, I'm gonna run after my group of friends and try to stop them. So stay here because we really need to talk to you. Please. And Jimmy will
He
book
tosses.
it.
He takes. He tosses before you book it. He tosses a key to you. My room is in the inn. Go
Thanks.
there. You will find answers. And he puts back on his hat and just runs in the opposite way.
At the speed of a rogue using his bonus action to dash, he tries to catch up with everybody else.
Okay. And you all go into the Vistani camp. Let's see.
Flicker's really trying to keep up with everyone else.
If I can type right. I'm gonna say I recently rolled 20. It's been silly. All right. Let's see. And your tokens. Next is putting their children to bed, I believe, and is listening.
No. Admore was feeding his children.
Okay, I'm more sorry.
I just mean like Nyx isn't even in like Discord that I can see.
That means something. Was Nyx a ghost all along?
Nyx was just Karma using her voice modulator.
Forgot to log it
Okay,
on the other
so-
computer.
Yeah, that's what it was. Okay, so next we'll be here back probably soon. So you come up to the camp here, and you can tell that the saber-tooth tiger has definitely been here. You see the body of the tiger here on the ground. It's got a dozen so arrows in it, and there's just dead bodies of Vistani just laying around, just torn to pieces. The Dust Scouts are standing around wondering where in the world this tiger came from.
It appears we got here too late.
I can only move so fast. I've got tiny legs.
Are all of the Vistani dead?
No, just 3 of them.
Okay.
You can tell the tiger didn't make it too far. past the elf guards.
So there are no Vistani near the central group right now, right?
Correct.
So Jimmy will just say loud enough so that maybe everybody in the group can hear, but preferably no Vistani. I think that the guy was right about what he said. Evil, maybe relax.
You think he was right about the Vistani?
He seemed like the most knowledgeable person that I've met besides Madame Eva since we got here. Maybe we should hear him out.
As I've asked my patron about this, I can tell you they're not evil.
Your patron does stuff like that?
Well, that's where I've learned everything I can do is from worship and everything else. And I can tell you, at least the first group of Vistani that we met were not evil.
But like, what constitutes really as evil? Besides the obvious.
He suggested that they were working for the devil.
That might be a little bit evil.
Is the saber-tooth tiger just like chilling, like eating a body?
Oh, it's dead.
Oh, it's dead.
Yeah, it got messed up.
Oh, that's sad. Anyways, guys, I talked to the guy, Rictavio. He said his name was something else. He seemed like he was an important dude, but I forget his name. I have the key to his room. Maybe we could talk to him later tonight and hear him out.
I mean, usually when someone gives you a key, it's kind of a private thing, but if you want us all to go, then I guess.
I have a wife. Please.
I don't know your situation. I'm just saying. That's how it is in the books I've read.
Well, I don't know what they teach at wizard schools, but
I put his name in chat for you.
Thank you.
For better or worse, we should, I guess, talk to him. He obviously knows something, or is insane.
is there anything else that we can do here now that the tiger is dead? Like, I'm not really the kind who like consoles victims or stuff.
Can I go over to the tiger and start taking some teeth?
Yes.
Okay. I'll just start, like, kind of inching my way over, bending down, and just start prying out teeth. Just as many as I can.
And Admore's gonna do Admore things and assist them with the bodies of the dead people.
Jimmy will help Flicker.
Okay.
Oh, thanks, Jimmy.
Okay. So, yeah, you managed to pull a fang from the mouth of the saber-tooth tiger. And you help the Vistani bury the dead.
Does the saber-tooth tiger armor stuff look valuable?
If you wish to have a pet saber-tooth tiger, then yes. It's like custom like armor for a large cat.
Do you guys think we should take the armor back to someone that we might know and see if he wants to buy it from us?
Does it not belong to that guy that you talked to? I mean, it was his cat.
Yeah, I just don't want the Vistani to know that we're talking to him.
Oh. Okay. You're gonna try and sell it back to him?
It looks expensive, doesn't it? I mean, who makes this stuff? Where would you get find somebody who can make saber-toothed tiger?
He's got a fair point.
Maybe he's a hobbyist who makes it himself. I mean, it's still maybe with something to him.
Yeah, no, you can start. We'll start stripping it off the cat.
Okay, so you take the armor off the cat. Just make sure we put that in the. I don't know. You put it in the treasure log right now, and you dispose of the body of the cat. And as you're helping the Dusk Elves, they look at you and ask you, "What do you know where this beast came from?"
Probably Strahd. I mean, that's where most things come from, right? He controls the whole place.
That'd be my
True.
guess.
I've never heard of Strahd controlling tigers. Now, first wolves and now tigers. What's it going to come to?
Elephants.
Lions, tigers, and bears. Oh my!
And don't forget about people. He can control people too.
Those are the worst of all.
Oh, by the way, you guys have been living here for a long time. It's like elves live forever. Have you ever heard of crates of dirt that have vampires in them? Is that like a normal thing to encounter in these lands?
No, it's not really a common thing that we run into. This dirt to talk about. What was the dirt like?
Graveyard. Graveyard dirt.
Uh, well, from what we know, it is rumored that vampires rest in fresh dirt from a graveyard to recharge themselves.
That would make sense.
That's an interesting fact. Thank you. It might come up later. All right, Jimmy will look to everyone else. Was there anything else you guys wanted to do here? Or
Just real quick, how many teeth did I get from the tiger?
You took both of his fangs.
Okay, so I got 2. I'm gonna just go over to a random elf guard, just kind of off to the side, and ask very kindly for just a strand of their hair.
Okay, so I know what you're asking for the hair, but you already have hair.
I know, but I've got 2 of the other things. So if I just have one more hair,
okay, I was trying to
then I've
figure out.
got 2 of each. Yeah.
What's your thought process. He looks at you curiously, and he hands you a piece of his hair.
Thank you so much. And then I just kind of put it in a safe spot.
You're a creepy little gnome collecting people's hairs.
Most gnomes are. And then I'll rejoin the group.
shall we head back to the festival, everyone?
Yeah.
Might as well.
And then we can head towards the Wizards of Wine tomorrow. Then, now that we've, I think, handled most everything else.
What do you guys think about the burgomaster? Like, that dude seems totally crazy.
Oh, he's unhinged.
Do you think it's safe to leave Irina in this city with that burgomaster?
Probably not.
I don't think it would be safe.
I think in the church she would be safe, but elsewhere she wouldn't. And she probably doesn't want to stay inside the church the whole time she's here.
Well, we can go and talk to Rudolph, and then tomorrow we can see if she wants to stay here while we go to the Wizards of Wine. Because it'll be a couple of days, so then we can come back and see if she's still digging this place or if she wants to move on to the Abbey with us. If we go to the Abbey.
Does Jimmy know if there will be any other activities in the festival that happened today, or was that it?
That was basically all the festival was.
Oh, okay.
To the town's disappointment.
That's the worst festival I've ever seen in my life.
Well, like, they throw one once a week, so I mean, I feel like they've just run out of ideas.
Yes, so. All right. Well, I guess we just go talk to Van Richten then.
That seems like the course of action.
All right. Okay, I just grabbed Flicker's token. That's just going to be the party token for now. So you go upstairs into the inn and down the hall to the room that's locked and unlock the door. And it opens up to a small guest room containing a bed heaped with wolf furs, a footlocker, and a tall wardrobe, and a writing desk with matching chair. An oil lamp rests atop the desk near a journal bound in a red leather jacket. There's no one in the room.
Jimmy, did he say what time he was going to be in his room?
Does Jimmy recall?
No, he basically said for you when he threw the key to you that to check his room it might have answers.
He seemed like he was okay with us checking out his stuff. Like, I mean, maybe not steal it, but like look around. Like, hey, that's a book there. You guys read stuff like that. Maybe there's stuff inside of it that's important.
I want to take a look at the journal.
Jimmy throws the saber-toothed tiger armor on his bed.
Okay, who is going to read the book?
I think Janara was.
Yeah, I was.
Okay, so you open the book and find a couple pages that are basically like skits and plays, and also a bunch of mentions of a person named Drusilla. I'll put it in chat for you. just having conversations with Drusilla, but it has like no like depth to it. Just you see this a lot, and it talks about tedious journeys by wagon and various quote unquote odysseys that he's seen in his travels. A ware-haired child, a boy who transforms into a rabbit on nights of the full moon. A half-orc woman named Gorbacha who could chew through iron chains. A giant man-eating plant that had the most remarkable singing voice. A pair of conjoined goblins. A small man with no legs named Fillmore Stunk who could drink whole caskets of wine without getting drunk. Nick goes on and talks about other various oddities that he has encountered in his travels.
Well, did it say anything important?
That's all it said. I was talking about the different
Oh, yeah,
oddities that he's
yeah,
encountered.
yeah, Jimmy's just asking Janaris because he couldn't read it.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, nothing of really importance unless you want to know about random conversations with somebody about random sideshow freaks and wagon.
Oh, so he's insane and sticks a tiger on innocent people.
That's what it looks
Surprised.
like to me.
Flicker's gonna just start going through other things in the room.
And I'm going to do the same.
Look for important looking things. Or even unimportant looking things. Something unassuming.
There's not much of value in here besides the fur bedding and this journal. Not much was left behind. As you close the journal and put it down and tell everybody else what's in the journal, you notice peculiarly that the back of the cover looks like half of a map of Barovia.
Is there any points marked on the map?
You pick up the book and you open it up and look at the fold the book out flat face down, and it definitely is a map of sorts, and there's a peculiar looking star over by a pond. Looks like maybe west of where you are.
Ooh. That feels super important.
Intriguing.
Don't we have to head west anyways?
Might as well check out this star.
It's the best lead that we got. Does Jimmy know? Like, would he notice if there's any like secret compartments around here, like in case this guy had like hidden something from prying on?
You can do an investigation check.
I will do so.
No, you
Nope.
won't.
Definitely nothing.
Okay. Yeah, Jimmy's just having a silent existential quandary that he's not aware of. Am I capable of anything anymore?
Thief that cannot thief.
I guess we should head to that pond then, or well, how far away is it? Can you tell from?
I will pull up on the map for you and show you here. Probably the easiest way to do it. Let's see.
Happy power.
Quickly, that's the second double nat one. Like,
Yeah, it is.
that's pretty
Also,
amazing.
when you were rolling tens, I'm like, oh, that's not too bad. And then you rolled a 9 and it was red. And I'm like, oh, it's these tools is 8. Rogues.
Oh, at least you're getting them out of the way now?
I hope.
Or he's starting a trend.
Or he's counteracting the, like, 4 crits I rolled last week.
Okay, so I'm pinging it on the map for you.
Yeah, I see it. So it's in between Valaki and Krezek where the Abbey is.
And looks like on the way to Wizard of Wines.
I'm almost afraid to follow that yellow brick road.
There's always something nice at the end. Unless you've read the books.
So if we're gonna leave, guys, I'll just bring up what I brought up before. Do we want to leave Irina here, or do we want to try to take her to the other location that Ismark said would be safe? Like, what's your guys' opinion?
I think a few days she should be safe in the church. I'm pretty sure she can manage to stay in the church for a few days.
Yeah, because we have to come back here anyway with the shipments. So when we come back, we can ask her if she'd like to move on or if she wants to stay.
You never know, maybe she'll discover a patron and become a woman of the church and not want to leave at all.
Oh, and did you guys pick up those, like, what were they, like the weird cloaks with wolf?
Yeah, we
fur?
need to pick up Thomas's cloaks before we leave because they're supposed to be ready.
Yeah, one of those is mine too. The tiny one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I don't know who all got one. I just know that Thomas dropped them off and we need to get them.
yeah, there's only 3 of us getting them.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been so quiet lately.
I know. He must be really drunk.
Must be.
What time of day is it?
It is about 3 in the afternoon. I'll give you a time.
Okay. So yeah, so if we're all kind of done poking through Venric and stuff, Flicker, Thomas, and Jannar, if she's going, we're gonna go pick up our cloaks if that's okay.
Yes, you go and you pick up your cloaks. And they fit wonderfully.
Yay.
Woohoo.
And quickly, Jimmy is going to buy a new set of thieves' tools at the store. And I'll put it in the channel.
Okay.
That's kind of sad. Before we leave, Jimmy, did Venrickson say he was coming back to this place or was he leaving?
He just told me to look around the room, and I mean, considering that he released a wild beast that killed people, like, I think you guys made the right call that we should check out that marking on the map.
Well, I'm just thinking of all the wolf pelts he's got. You can usually sell those.
Yeah, why not?
Just, I mean, if he's gone and he doesn't need them anymore.
Oh wait, the leftover wolf pelts that Tomas got, or what pelts?
No, his bed was like covered in wolf pelts.
Oh hell yeah. Yeah, sure. I actually need to run to the shop anyway, so I'll try to sell these while I'm there.
And then also that armor. You could probably sell it to a smith to melt down.
And depending, DM, if you ever found a price on incense, if so, then I'm going to follow Jimmy and pick some up.
1 second.
Nothing in it. the PHB for him.
Maybe you could say like how much of it you're buying, like because like the spells usually says that you need however much gold.
Incense are for prayers.
Oh, okay, got it. Not a spell thing.
Yeah, whereas mine are for spells. Like the one I'm going to do tonight.
Only thing I could ever find was a block of incense, and that's the only thing I could ever really find on
Yeah.
it, and it's 1 silver piece for 1 pound.
Yeah, and that's the block that goes in my sensor, is the block ones, but the sticks are what I have 2 left of.
Oh,
The only thing for stick of incense is priest pack.
let's say it is 1 copper a piece, or 1
Okay.
stick.
All right. Then I will deal with the merchant.
Does the merchant want to buy any of the wolf pelts?
So let's do like selling and stuff, unless there's a dire reason that you're selling them now between sessions.
Probably sure.
Trying to think if there's anything else to do before kind of like the night. Because I'd like prepare to leave tomorrow at as close to dawn so that we can get to the Wizards of Wines.
What time of day is it? While we're doing all of this.
It's about 3 o'clock.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, so we got our cloaks. Are we resting for the night before we go, or are we heading out to someplace?
We should rest and leave at first light.
I agree with him. I think that's a good idea.
And before Flicker goes to bed in her private room, she's gonna cast a really fun spell. She's super excited about it.
Yes. And what are you going to hope appears?
That's the thing. Is now that she's here, probably not what I originally had thought of. Let's go with like a little raven.
Okay. So you spend the night doing the necessary ritual that you need to do for your fun thing. And you don't hear or see anything. And you decide to go to bed for the night. Because as you know, the spell, nothing answers until it's ready.
Sounds good.
So you all spend the night at the inn. You're getting ready to leave early in the morning. And you have a dream. And the dream is that you're in the middle of a village festival, except that everyone is chained up and being whipped by unseen masters. A man appears and clasps a stinging collar around your neck, whispering, "All will be well." And you wake up.
I don't feel like all is going to be well. That's not, I don't like those dreams.
What is with this place and the weird dreams all?
So you go downstairs and eat your breakfast, and you're ready to head out of town. Where would you like to head to?
I figure we just start heading west until we get to that fork in the road that I spy.
I think we should head to the Mark on the Lake and then the Wizard of Wines.
That sounds good.
So, Flicker, are you sitting on the back of the wagon like you normally with your legs kicking?
Yep.
Okay, so you all head down the road and you pass over the bridge. As the racket gets over the bridge, a Flicker, you look over and a little tiny raven lands on your shoulder, but it's an undead raven. It's like bones, like a little skeleton raven, and it looks
my
at you
God.
and cocks its head.
I give it a little scritch on the side of its skull. Are you hoping to find? And I'll use the speak with small animals, so it's like I'm talking to it in like little clicks and chirps and squawks.
It squawks back in a way that you would assume means yes.
You're just the most perfect little thing in the world. And then just give him some more scritches.
Okay, so here at the fork of the road, it goes to the north, the west, and the south. Where would you like to go?
Are all of the roads kind of seemingly similar to the map on the journal?
Yes.
So then I can tell everybody that if we go north, they'll wrap around and we'll pass by the lake before being able to head down to the Wizards of Wine.
So do you want to take the dirt trail, the dots, or do you want to follow around the paved trail?
Does it feel like the wagon can take the dirt trail?
Yes.
I'm fine with dirt. If everyone else is.
Let's go with the dirt trail.
I'm good with the dirt trail.
Yep.
So you're going down the dirt trail, the way that Flicker had explained to you. Let me get this little marker moving. And over on the side of the road, you see something kind of shimmering, a shimmer of a green.
If Jimmy sees it, he's checking it out.
Yeah, I'll cast
Okay, you
detect
quickly
magic.
hop off. You quickly hop off the wagon to check it out, and you see a lantern on the ground, and it has a green flame in it. And your detect magic, you can tell that is a magical flame.
You know how this thing works? It doesn't look like any lantern I've seen before.
If you give me 10 minutes, I can tell you.
Sure. Yeah, so Jimmy will pick it up, head back to the wagon, hand it to Flicker.
And then I'll cast Identify as a ritual.
You cast Identify, and also you hear like a dozen whispers in different voices filling your head, and it's very loud.
Oh no. Can I, after identifying it, can I set it down and see if the voices stop?
Yes, you set it down, and through your magic, through your identify, it's a lantern. It has a black candle on it, and it has a green flame that never runs out. But it's also a little curse in the sense that all you hear is whispers all around you. So it's definitely surrounded by some kind of dark magic and spirits.
Um, does it have a handle on the top of it?
Yes.
Can I
Kinda
like
like
affix it to the
a
cart?
circular ring. Yes, you can.
Okay, so I'll just affix it to the cart so that none of us have to hold it. But then we
Okay.
can still try and utilize the flame.
I'm making a note of it real quick.
And then just as a quick note to the rest of the party, has anyone seen my new friend or?
It's on your shoulder, you said, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Jimmy Woodmark. What's that thing? And why is it?
It's my new familiar. I cast a spell last night trying to find someone to help us out. And this is who showed up. Isn't it just the cutest thing in the world? And, like, Flicker picks it up off her shoulder and like thrusts it forward in her hands towards Jimmy.
Looks like I could use something to eat. And some.
I don't know. It looks pretty dead,
Well,
but like
I mean, it's still moving and squawking, so it's at least
that's
undead.
fine. As long as you got control over it.
Do you have a name for your pet?
No, I'm still thinking of it.
Okay.
Does it feel like it's got a male energy or a female energy?
A male energy. Okay, so your tokens should be at the kind of like down close to the bottom of the map there. Can you all see them?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You come to a cold mountain lake enclosed by misty woods and rocky bluffs. The fog creeps across the dark, still waters. The trail ends at a grass-covered causeway that stretches 100 yards across the lake to a flat, marshy island with a stone tower on it. The tower is old and decrepit, with collapsing scaffolds clinging to one side where a large gash has split the wall. Time-worn griffin statues, their wings and flanks covered with moss, perch atop buttresses that support the walls. Parked near the base of the tower, within sight of the entrance, is a barrel-topped wagon spattered with mud.
Is it the same wagon? Or is it Rictavio's wagon?
I'm not understanding your question. I'm sorry.
Is it Rictavio's wagon?
That you do not know. Oh, you talking about the
Does
one
it look?
from
The one
Vulcan?
from
No,
the
it's
town,
not the same
yeah.
one. Yeah, no.
It's not the same? Okay.
Does it look like it's been abandoned? If you said it was covered in mud.
Well, you go over to look at it, and under the layers of mud, this wagon sports a fresh coat of purple paint, and its wheels have a fancy gold trim. A brass lantern hangs from each corner, and red drapes cover a tombstone-shaped window on each side. A steel padlock secures the back door, hanging from which is a cheap wooden sign that reads, "Keep Out."
This looks valuable.
Hey, Jimmy, you want to crack it open?
Real quick, Flicker, on your detect magic spell, what's the duration of that?
Detect magic. 2 seconds. It's like 10 minutes.
Okay.
But I mean, if we're sitting here for a little while, I'm happy to cast it as a ritual.
Yeah, Jimmy looks at this and something seems off to him because it's a very valuable wagon left completely alone. Can he take some time to just like investigate it further because his spidey senses are going off?
Sure. First of all, they detect magic.
Yes.
It radiates an aura of conjuration magic.
Ooh.
And your
Okay.
investigation doesn't find anything.
I'll let people know about that. Like, was probably conjured here.
Something seems off to me. And you tell me that there's magic around it. It's got me a little bit worried.
Is it the whole thing that's like conjured?
Yes.
Or is it like some. Okay, so. I'm just gonna like touch the side of it.
Okay. And Jimmy, give me a perception check. So you do notice from your skills of locks and thievery that like you see like you find a hidden trapdoor on the underbelly of it as you're examining it.
All right, Jimmy turns to everybody else. I found a trap door underneath. I think that might be safer than going in the front the normal way. You guys have any opinions?
I defer to you on this. Seeing as how I'm pretty sure this whole thing was brought here from somewhere else.
All right, well, like they say in my hometown, get rich or die trying. So yeah, Jimmy will try to go up through the trapdoor.
Okay.
Is it locked or unlocked?
Mm, it is actually unlocked. So you push it open and you look inside. And inside is just a bunch of various items of weird assortment. You do see that there is a booby trap on the front door, like a wire from the handle of the front door attached to a box of some sort in the middle of the wagon.
Is there a way to completely safely disarm that, like by can I like cut the line and just pick the box up, or like what would he think is the safest way to?
With this one from your angle, um, you can just disconnect it from the door.
Okay, Jimmy will do that then.
So inside of this wagon, there's a wooden trunk covered with claw marks, a narrow wardrobe, some different kinds of kits. You'd recognize them kind of like as climbers kits or disguise kits. Some weird golden string, a sculpted wooden cage holding a chicken, a tiny little wooden box, some copper pots and pans, manacles, a shovel, another wooden chest.
All right, so Jimmy will it looks like the front door has been safely disarmed. So he'll try to unlock the door and just open it so he can invite everybody else to come in and help him look.
Okay. And you do so with these, and you open the door, and everyone else can see inside now. You do notice, out of all this stuff, you do see like a desk with what appears to be a map and a page with a bunch of writing on it.
Yeah, so Jimmy's just great. Like now that everybody's in here and it's like it's not a complete free for all. He's like if he sees anything of value, he's just grabbing. So yes, I'll start. Like, should we have? Do you want to give us a party loot list, just so, or should I put it right on my guy's character sheet? What would be the best way to do that?
I thought that was my job.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yes, that is.
No.
That's like
Yeah, it was the treasurer.
Okay, sorry.
It's okay. Like in our party loot, we have got 3 gold. We have the ragdoll, we have his journal, and we have our lantern. So not much of a party loot yet.
Okay. Well, what I would do is this is quite a little bit a list. I'm just going to briefly read it real quick. And if anyone wants, you guys need anything in this session, just let me know, and then I can put it in Discord, and you can figure out what you want to do with it.
That may be easiest.
You have,
Yeah.
yes. The trunk has a battle axe, a flail, a morning star, a crossbow, with 10 silvered crossbow bolts. The wardrobe just contains traveler's clothes, climber's kit, disguise kit, healer's kit, poisoner's kit, a tiny wooden box with a deck of Taroka cards, a wooden chest containing a gold holy symbol of the Morning Lord, 3 vials of holy water, a wooden stake, and that is it.
Why do I feel like this is Van Richten's like monster hunting stuff?
It's his mystery machine.
Because this feels like some good monster hunting gear.
Well, we might be monster hunting ourselves soon.
If this is out here, he's probably in the building.
And he did tell us to, look for something useful, and we found this on his map. So.
Yeah, so I guess we just loot it all.
Okay. What you can do is just you can move your lantern from your old wagon to this wagon.
This is guys. This is a lot fancier of a wagon. You guys want to upgrade?
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, that's
Why
fine with me.
not?
Yeah, I'm fine with that too.
Because, yeah, wouldn't we be upgrading from an open top just wagon to something that covers and closes and locks?
Yeah.
Okay, so you move your lantern over to the other wagon. What do you want to do now? You're standing in front of this tower. Oh,
You
and there
guys want
is
to check it
on the table of inside the wagon, there is what appears to be a map and a piece of paper with a bunch of writing on it.
I'll read what's on the paper. Although once I'm done reading this, we should probably at least go knock on the door. Wizards like to live in towers.
So are you saying you want to live in this tower?
No, I'm just saying that there was that wizard from forever ago.
In your handouts, you Flicker, you'll see 2 entries there for you. That are journal of.
Oh yes, I see. Now let's see if I can actually read it.
All right, Jimmy turns to the rest of the group. All right, well, I guess we should try to get inside and see if he's.
I'll be honest, I can't read this.
Cast comprehend languages.
Well, it's just too small for me to actually see on my computer, and when I like try and make it bigger, it doesn't help at all. I'm just wondering what to do.
Van Richten has bad handwriting.
I mean, I can read it to you, or I can just make it bigger in Discord later on.
Yeah, we can do the second one. I won't make you read me the two things.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm just making sure there's nothing that you need to write this second before you knock on the door. I don't think so. Okay, so on the door. The tower door is made of iron with no visible handles or hinges. In the middle of the door is a large embossed symbol, a connected series of lines with 8 stick figures around it. Carved into the lintel above the door is a word, Kazan. The window should have opened up, showing you the front door.
Sorry, what was the word?
Kazan.
Does anyone know what that means?
Is that some like wizardy magical word?
Salazar's gonna touch one of the stick figures. See if it does anything.
You reach out to touch the stick figures, and as you do so, lightning starts cracking down on top of the tower and coming down the tower. I should pull your hand away really quick before it zaps you.
All right, maybe I shouldn't do that again. Does anyone else have an idea?
Jimmy doesn't see any door. I don't see any doorknobs or anything like that, right? It's just this is it. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Can I do like a Arcana check just to see if I can try and figure out what any of this means, or if I've read about it
Yes.
anywhere?
Yes. You can tell it is a wizard's lock that is used to like magically seal a door, and that the two one is the directions of the other.
Salazar, well, Riley has an idea. So each of the points on the bottom one could correspond to one of the stick figures on the top part.
Yeah, so it's like unlocking a phone screen.
Yeah, if you were to like overlay it.
So the stick figures. How would we open it though?
Probably by pressing on each one in a sequence. The question is which starting point do we use? The one on the left or the one on the right?
But he just tried to touch it though, and the lightning crackled. So maybe we're not supposed to touch it.
Maybe we have to mimic the stick figures.
Do it in a certain order. And the lightning
It
crackle
sounds
is the
ridiculous, but maybe you
Salazar,
have to do it.
Go ahead.
Okay.
You're so lucky I don't have you on webcam right now.
Oh, otherwise you'd make me stand up and do it. I know.
I just see Salazar doing the YMCA in my head right now.
I think that this could also be used as like a wizard drunk driving test, but some of those are kind of difficult to do.
Okay, starting at like the left point and going, through each of the symbols. Salazar is going to attempt to, do each, motion going through all of them. Hoping desperately that it's actually going to do something.
Okay, so which here.
I think to simplify it and figure out what's going to be what. Yeah. No, go ahead.
So there's 7 of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean 8 of them. Sorry. So you got number 1 being up top.
All right. Okay, give me a roll a second then.
And you're starting with the left one, right?
Yeah.
All right. So you're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So from 8 to which one? 8, 5, 1, 7, 4, 6, 2, 3. Okay. As you do this, I can't read that without singing that. As you do this dance and everyone's looking at you and laughing, the door has like a glow to it, and then you hear a click and it swings open.
I don't want anyone to speak of this ever again. Now let's go inside.
So is it a prerequisite for to become a master of the magic arts that you have to be able to dance like where were you trained?
It's a natural thing, you know.
Yeah,
My
you don't get
talents.
that in wizard school.
I don't know. As a warlock, we can all dance. It's part of it.
All right, so you enter the building, and the flagstone floor is strewn with debris, and a few old crates stand near the east wall. A torn curtain to the south partially obscures the tower vestibule. A 5-foot square indentation in the center of the floor contains 4 pulleys attached to taut iron chains that stretch up through a similarly sized hole in the rotted wooden ceiling. Standing next to the chains are 4 tall clay statues.
Hey Flicker, you told me that there was conjuration magic on that wagon. Can you still see magic now? Like if there's any here?
It depends on whether or not it took Salazar 10 minutes to dance.
He's swift. He handled that quickly. That was like at most like 3 or 4 minutes.
I'll leave it up to Karma if I still have my detect magic going or not.
Well, the golems you recognize are animated golems, and that everyone sees that. And they're holding onto these chains. And as you walk up to the platform and you come into the room, the golems come alive and they lower the platform down, kind of like an elevator.
Very nice. I say thank you to the golems, and I kind of tentatively make my way onto the elevator.
Add more follows.
Yeah, Salazar go up on there.
Yep, Jimmy, trust the magic people.
So it goes up to the second floor, and dust and cobwebs fill this otherwise empty room, the wooden floor of which is badly rotted and partially collapsed. It keeps going up. It comes to the third floor. Time and the elements have all but destroyed this chamber, leaving a gash in the northwest wall and slimy black mildew on the walls. The wooden floor is completely rotted and has begun to fall away in places.
Flicker's going all the way to the top.
Unlike the levels below, this floor, the room shows signs of recent habitation, and although the place reeks of mold and mildew, it has plenty of creature comforts, including a cozy bed, a desk with a matching chair, bright tapestries, and a large iron stove with plenty of wood to feed it. Light light enters through narrow arrow slits as well as through dirt-caked windows with broken shutters. Other features of the room include a standing suit of armor and a wooden chest. Old wooden rafters bend under the weight of the tower roof, which has somehow remained intact. Mounted to the rafters are pulleys around which hangs iron chains that support the rafters' elevator platform.
Flicker looks at that suit of armor and immediately casts detect magic to see if that's what she thinks it might be. With those
Say it one
golems
time,
down
detect
in...
magic on armor.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in the general vicinity, 30 feet, but focusing kind of on the armor.
The armor, you detect magic from the armor itself.
Just he already has golems. I don't know what Flicker knows, but I mean, Sarah knows.
Um,
I'll just let
Admiral's,
people know that the armor is magical.
Admore's gonna check and see if the stove is still warm or hot. See if anybody's been here recently.
Um,
I understand a big iron stove like that probably retains heat for a while.
it
But
feels, yeah, it feels a little warm.
Is the chest the thing at the end of the bed?
Yes.
All right, Salazar's going to approach the chest.
As you get closer to the chest, you kind of, there's like a lavender aroma, and it emanates from the chest.
He's going to see if it is locked.
It is not locked.
He will carefully open it.
Okay, the chest, it opens up slowly and it creaks open. There's no trap on it, but inside is a severed head of a human Vistani. Has a waxy complexion. It looks like it's been embalmed with oils of some sort.
I found a head.
Oh, God.
Is anybody investigating the desk and seeing what's on it?
not currently.
Flicker's on the other side of the room from the suit of armor.
Salazar, is that all you see in that
Yeah,
chest is a head?
it's just a head. Looks like it's been prepared. You know, it smells like lavender. It looks Vistani.
Maybe Van Richten is using it for something?
You trust this guy a lot, don't you?
I don't know. This is creepy as hell.
A head next to his bed.
Like maybe this guy is crazy. I have no idea. Okay, like he said he said that his enemy was Strahd. Our enemy is Strahd. I don't know.
Okay.
However, so do you guys want to wait here and see if he comes back? I think add more so that the other one's a little hot.
Now I'm fine not doing that.
Yeah. So Flicker, why are you over there instead of looking at everything? You tend to be more curious.
The suit of armor is magic. And usually that... Not on... I'm trying to play this in a way. What kind of magic was the suit of armor?
Animation?
Yeah, no, that's a lie.
So it's not like magic valuable. It's like magic
No, no.
dangerous.
Yeah, it's like the column.
Okay, don't take that. Perhaps we should leave a note for him and be like, "Hey, we were here, just missed you. We'll be back soon."
Hey, we were here. We stole your cart. Sorry.
I would suggest that we say we found your cart already stolen from.
Well, how would we know that the cart was stolen if it wasn't here?
Because the door was wide open. Oh wait, we're actually gonna take the cart. Oh wow. Maybe we just
Yeah.
no, we'll just tell him, hey, we took your cart. It was nice. I don't
I
know.
mean,
What do you guys think?
I think we should just keep heading on to the Wizards of Wine.
Sounds like it's for the best.
Yeah, let's leave before that pseudo armor does anything. And
Yeah.
Salazar will go back over to the platform.
Did you put the head back in the chest?
Oh, I did not touch it.
Oh,
I let
okay.
it. I let it sit.
Admore's gonna go over and pick up the chest, do his Admore things once we get down to the bottom floor.
Okay, so you get down to the bottom with the chest in tow. And you come outside and you see a woman riding on a horse at a very high rate of speed, coming up the trail to you. As she gets closer, you can tell that she's hurt. And she hops off the horse as she pulls up to you. You get her token. She's breathing heavily, and she tells she's very injured. And she looks at the wagon, looks at you, looks at the tower. Are you ransacking my uncle's tower? She asks.
I don't know if I would call it ransacking. I'd say we're foraging.
Who's your uncle?
She kind of smiles and she says, Rictavio.
He gave us another name when we after he released the saber-toothed tiger. His name was Van Richten. Is this the same person?
Yes, shh, shh. Don't say that out too loud, for he's been hiding from Strahd. And if Strahd finds him and kills him as one of his greatest adversaries, it would not be good. He goes by the name Octavio.
Okay. So we have a few. Are you okay first?
No, I just came back from Strahd's castle, and I had an altercation with Strahd, as you may call it, and he's left me very injured.
Hey, Jimmy will go and use his healer's kit on her. He'll say, I could help out with that."
And as you're trying to do that, Admore's gonna chuckle and give her a cure wounds.
So between the two, you bring her back to full health, and she graciously thanks you and accepts the healing. Well, thank you. Thank you for the healing. Strahd is much stronger than I first imagined.
Now, I have a question for you. Why would your uncle have what's in this chest at the foot of his bed?
Oh, in a chest. Does it smell like lavender by any chance?
Yes.
Oh, that's just yawn.
Yawn. So he's given it a name.
No, okay. So how do I explain this? Um, Jan, Vistani. He was offered a ride in his current carnival wagon, and they traveled for several days. And Jan, he tried to steal the wagon from him, and Rotavio got the better of him and drove a sword through his gullet.
Is that the reason your uncle thinks the Vistani are evil?
Say it again, I'm sorry.
Is that the reason that her uncle thinks the Vistani are evil?
Oh, the Vistani are evil in a way. They do what's best for them at the time and watch out for their own.
Do you blame them for watching out for their own?
Oh, no. No. But I would not say that they are good or evil in my opinion.
I'm sorry,
Why
what's
did-
your name?
Oh, excuse me. I should introduce myself in all the right the moment when I pulled up, and my name is Esmeralda.
It's like I write it down in the book.
The reason I asked if they were evil is because your uncle said that they all work for Strahd.
She smiles and just nods. He works. They do tasks for Strahd depending on what he needs.
So Madam Eva did a card reading for us. Like, could we trust her? Because she was a Vistani. Is it possible
Trust
she's
her
luring
with
us to our
what?
doom? I don't know. She told us to like find a sword of sunlight and find a.
Maybe don't tell her everything.
Admore's gonna elbow Jimmy in, I guess, the hip, because that's about where he can reach.
Well, we can't tell people this stuff, or I'm just looking for answers.
It might be better if we find out more about somebody before we tell them what all we're doing. How do we know that she and her uncle don't work for Strahd?
Uh, that's a good point. Do you have any proof that you guys aren't the evil ones?
I just came back from having a confrontation with Strahd to defeat him. I was coming back to my wagon here to refresh on supplies and to heal myself. Other than that, I have no physical proof.
To me, you guys seem like you might be not so on the good side, having, a head and a chest at the foot of a bed.
Were you talking to Esmeralda or are you talking to the rest of your party?
Esmeralda.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking to everybody else. Do I know?
It doesn't seem like something that someone who's not evil would do. Seems kind of
Sometimes
sinister
you
to
have to.
hold on to someone's head.
Oh, but see, Van Richen, excuse me, Rotavio, um, can commune with the dead. And he asked our little friend here about locations of various things.
Do you know where he is now? Well, I know you just got back from your date with Strahd.
No, he is hiding amongst the normal people, trying to track down the Vistani, the evil one. And he has quite a little surprise in store for them.
You mean the tiger?
Oh, so you know the tiger, yes.
Yeah. It's dead.
I see. Well, knowing him, he is probably out scheming another trap or plan. You see, he is a great monster hunter known across the lands of Ravenloft. Kind of out of character, this guy's kind of like the Van Helsing of the world.
Yeah, that's what it feels like.
Okay.
Esmeralda, me and my friends, we've all got pulled into this whole mess of crap like a week ago. Uh, can you just try to make sense of this for some of us? Like the origins of the Vistani, if they're evil or not. Like it's kind of important because we were gonna actually get some wine for them later today.
Um, yes, and you're going to get wine for them. I see nothing wrong with getting wine for somebody. Did they ask for something in return, or was going to promise you something?
Just what was in one of the wagons, but I guess I just want to learn as much about this place as possible because apparently we need to deal with the devil of Barovia in order to get back. And my wife is probably furious.
Alas, I don't understand really your question because the Vistani is just like you or me. They can be good or evil depending on the choices they make.
Well, I guess that means we can trust Madame Eva, I suppose.
What did she tell you?
She just gave us a card reading, like a fortune telling.
Oh, the Taroka. Well, they believe that the Taroka never lies. And the Taroka is used for many things in their culture. It is used to tell if someone's telling the truth or lying. It can be used to foresee the future or to find things.
You're pretty familiar with this place, correct?
Correct.
Do you know of a drowned village? I can't remember if we figured out where that was yet or not.
A drowned village. Um, was there anything more besides just drowned village?
looking for a sword there?
A sword in a drowned village.
Are we gonna be
It was
maybe asking
drowned by a
her?
river.
Are we maybe gonna be asking her a few questions to try to figure some of this out since her uncle's not here?
Well, I mean, I feel like we've got a good idea for a lot of things, but we still have no idea where a dead village drowned by river is.
Yeah, and we could maybe pry some more information.
I mean, you guys are more than welcome to ask her whatever you want. Free will and all that.
I don't have any more questions, but if others do, I might be able to help you.
I'm ready to
Ah,
get going
yeah.
before something happens.
Yeah.
So, just out of character, you guys are asking about your conjurer card, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to reread it to you. I see a dead village drowned by a river, ruled by one who has brought great evil into the world.
Ruled by one who brought great evil into the world. I guess I'll revise my question and ask her kind of specifically that too. If a place like that rings any bells.
There was a place that I remember years and years ago, and this was when Strahd first became a vampire. If I remember correctly, there was a town. What was the name of this town? Well, anyways, this town was a great battleground by a river, and it is rumored that this is where a great standoff happened between Arnavos, a dragon, and um, he led the knights to fight off Strahd, but lost. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Trying to think. Are there, looking at the world map, is there any places that look like they might be a town or what used to be a town by a river?
Let me pull the map up.
Yeah, like we actually have like a physical map in character. Like, could we show it to her and ask her to point it out?
Yes, I was gonna just pull up your
Yeah,
map so you
because
can
we
see.
have the map from the back of the journal, but you said there was also a map inside of her caravan.
And she looks at your map and compares it to the map that she had in her cabin. Oh, you're missing quite a little bit from your map here. Um, Here, and she pulls out her map and she shares her map with you. And she starts to talk, and I'll reveal as I explain it. So Arnavos Holt was the keep of the Silver Order of Dragons that came to the lands to stop Strahd. Then the battle happened in the village of Berez, next to the river.
Sounds like
And
the
I'll,
best lead we've
and
had
I'll
so far.
And also,
Yeah, especially
off of your map, you're missing the there are 3 ponds here. There's a moonbow pond, but you've never seen a moonbow. Only comes out on a full moon. You got Lake Nowick and the Silent Pond. Oh, and you're missing Castle Ravenloft, which is right here. And she looks at your map, and she looks at her map, and she realizes that there's a road missing on her map. Just north of Castle Ravenloft, there is a road on your map that she does not have. I have no idea what's down this road.
Huh. Well, maybe one day we'll find out if our journeys take us there. Does she just reveal the rest to us as I see it unfold?
Yes. And there is, she'll show where Amber Temple is, the very southern kind of like part of the map there on the roads. And I saw someone just ping it in turquoise. And Yester Hill to the left, which is a giant hill with some like ancient stones that sit upon it.
I mean, ancient stones can be pretty interesting.
Or they could just be stones.
That's fair. Well, I feel like that's been extremely helpful. And Flicker goes about putting the lantern back on our old carriage. But we do have to go and collect a wine delivery if there's nothing else anyone needs.
Well, before we swap over to the other carriage, ask her if she thinks her uncle would mind if we use his carriage on our travels. It'll keep us safer, being able to lock it up at night.
Well, this isn't my uncle's wagon. This is my wagon. And I tell you what, if you are hunting down Strahd, I will join you and see how things go.
I mean, we'll eventually get to hunting down Strahd, but we do have some errands first if you're still okay with it.
If Strahd can kill a dragon, I'm pretty sure he could kill us.
She agrees.
Flicker ties the lantern back onto
she-
her carriage.
She looks down at the lantern she tied on, and she's like, "You know what you're doing, right?"
Giving us eternal light. I mean, I found that if you
It's
don't
the
hold
green
it, you don't hear
flame.
the whispering.
Yes, the whispering of the undead that surrounds you. The green lantern will attract the ones you seek. It's like a light for the undead to see you.
Well, then, perfect.
She smiles,
Really?
hop on top of the riding spot, the driver's seat. Are you coming? Let's go get your wine.
Flicker will get into the back of the caravan, completely avoiding Janara's eye line again.
Do Flicker and I have to like get a running jump to get inside this thing?
Flicker would, yes. You would not.
I'm only 6 inches taller than her.
Uh-huh. So you notice that you all got up on top of the wagon, but there's no horses attached to it. And she's sitting there like, oh, I forgot. And she screams out the name Arvesh. And as she does so, two horses, Drovash, and basically draft horses are summoned out of the midair, and they're magically tethered to the wagon, and they start pulling the wagon down the road.
Wait, what about our horse?
It's back on your wagon.
Is there a saddle on the horse or no?
No.
I feel bad leaving them here, so Jimmy will untether them from the wagon so they could make their own way in Barovia.
They're gonna be eaten by wolves.
I mean, it's better than being trapped here and starving.
Will he still have a chance to run away?
Works for me.
Well, actually, could Jimmy ride on one without a saddle, or would it just like chafe the crap out?
Yeah, you can.
Jimmy will take one.
I was gonna say, I'm sure somebody could actually just drive the other wagon. And then we have two. And then we can sell the horses when we get to town or something.
You know, they said that wizards were smart. Yeah, Jimmy will drive the other wagon.
I'm just saying, like, we don't have to just leave them for dead.
We're building our fleet of wagons.
What was that
Soon
game?
will be like
It was like on the 80s where you had the little wagon and you had to go across the United States.
The Oregon Trail?
Yes, you have a little Oregon Trail going on.
As long as we don't die of dysentery.
So she takes you down the road, and about after a half mile, the road becomes a muddy trail that meanders through the woods, descending gradually until the trees part, revealing a mist-shrouded meadow. The trail splits. One branch heads west into the valley, and the other leads south into dark woods. A wooden signpost at the intersection points west and reads Vineyard. She takes a turn and heads west, and a light drizzle begins to fall. Unpainted fences blindly follow the trail, which skirts north of a sprawling vineyard before bending south toward a stately building. The fog takes on a ghostly forms as it swirls between the neatly tended rows of grapevines. Here and there, you see rope-handled half-barrels used for hauling grapes. North of the trail is a large stand of trees. A man wearing a dark cloak and cowl stands at the edge of the trees, beckoning you.
Jimmy will hop off the carriage and go see what he wants.
Let me get you to the map. Let's see. Where are we at?
By the way, did a day pass? Because I think we traveled quite a bit, and maybe the spellcasters could recover spells, or maybe this is all within one day.
This is all one day. This is pretty late evening when you arrive here. All right. So you see a blank map right this minute. Does Anyone else hop off the wagon and go approach the people? Or approach the person?
I will.
I do too.
As you head towards the cloaked figure, several other people emerge from the stand of trees, and they greet you. They're all wearing dark leather, rain cloaks, and cowls. One of them
Seeing
introduces himself as Davian Martikov. I'll put that in chat.
I just kind of nudged Jimmy up.
Oh, hey, Davian. What you doing out here?
Well, our winery was attacked by evil druids and blights, and they attacked the winery, and we were forced to take refuge here in the woods.
Well, it just so happens we were coming here to get some wine shipments. However, the jobs that we accepted were to just pick up a shipments. They weren't for dealing with any evil druids or
Well, the shipments that you're looking for are in the winery, unfortunately, and that's why they have not arrived.
Well, perhaps we can organize some form of payment uh, for performing this task for you. You guys must make a lot of money selling wine to the area, right?
Yes, we do have some things that we could spare for you, but everything is inside the winery.
All right, sounds like a deal to me. Jimmy will look back to everybody and make sure they're all in agreement.
Flicker
Wait.
puts a thumb up.
Works for me.
All right, well, sorry.
So you continue towards the winery. And situated in the midst of the vineyard, the winery is an old 2-story stone building with multiple entrances, thick ivy covering every wall, and iron fencing along its roof line. The trail ends at an open loading dock on the ground floor. A wooden stable of more recent construction is attached to the east side of the winery, next to the loading dock. West of the winery is a crumbling well and a wooden outhouse. And as you pull up closer to the winery, you hear the rustle of dead vines all around you. And inhuman shapes emerge from the vineyard, their limbs cracking as they trudge forth through the mist and the rain.
Flicker would like to prepare burning hands.
And I say, looks like we're in for a fight.
When they get close enough, Flicker will use the burning hands out in a, is it 15-foot cone?
Do you want to set off a spell that can burn wine? Because wine's flammable.
Okay, so as you approach, you see these figures approaching. You see there's at least 30 of them as they come in closer and closer.
Yep, I didn't actually even think of that, but I've already said that I'm gonna cast it, so.
Well, are you gonna wait till they get
Add more.
close?
Yeah, no, I'm preparing until they're close enough to be affected by the spell.
Where are they coming from?
They're coming from the vineyard that's just basically staying in front of you. You can't really see it on this map, but there's a big vineyard here in front of you.
Admore is going to cast Bless at second level, and Bless. It's going to be everybody but myself and Nick.
Okay, 1 second. Where's your tokens? There they are.
Holy shit.
So you stand with the winery to your back. You see these vine blights, these creatures approaching as they're coming in by the mass to you.
Yeah, so with burning hands prepared, I'll just go for the biggest cluster that I can.
Okay.
As they get
everyone
closer.
Roll initiative. Are we missing Nyx? Did Nyx ever come back?
Nyx hasn't been here all night.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Oh,
I don't even think she's in Discord anymore. I don't see her name on that list of people.
Yeah, looks like she goes to this.
oh. Okay. Okay. This is why I start the group. Okay, so here's this mass of creatures coming at you. And Flicker, you're going to cast your spell at where? I'll give you a couple of
Um,
seconds also to move your token if you want to move it somewhere else.
Does that go for all of us or just Flicker?
Yeah, all of you. But there is a thing here. This line is the front of the building of the winery.
So we can't retreat past there?
You can retreat into the winery if you wish, but you can't just go behind the line.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna do it
Mm-hmm.
kind of over this group. Like what? 15? Just as many as I can get. Like,
All right, go ahead and roll me a 3d6, and I will roll for the dexterity saving throw.
ouch.
Well, so far my dice are rolling about as good as Jimmy's lockpicks, so you're good.
Yay! Wait, sorry, Jimmy.
So as you do so, every single one of them that you hit is kind of on fire right now and badly hurt. And I will token them with this little symbol. All right, so add more. It should go.
Um, Admore is just going to cast Spiritual Weapon and put it next to his side.
Okay.
And that'll be it.
Salazar.
I'm going to Burning Hands the ones in front of me.
Okay. So there you go. So like same thing. The little skull crossbones is just the ones that it hit. And Jimmy, why did you took out a 9 on it? I'm trying to figure this out.
Oh, it's a 9 turns in case it goes over.
Oh, okay. Janara, it's your go.
Okay, I'm gonna take my longbow and I'm gonna take a shot at this one right here.
Your arrow misses the creature. Jimmy.
Did the burning hands like set the grass on fire or anything like that?
Yeah, it's a field in front of you. I just grabbed this map really quick.
Like, are there like sparks or embers on the ground?
Yes.
Okay.
The
Jimmy's
vineyard
gonna
itself
take
is on
out a-
fire.
Wait, the vineyard's on fire?
Yes. You just cast. People just cast burning hands into the vineyard at the creatures coming after you guys.
But I thought the vineyard was this way.
That's the building.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm stupid. For some reason, I had the vineyard with the building. Okay, so if the vineyard's on fire, then Jimmy's going to throw a flask of oil into the middle, and that should catch fire. Correct?
Correct.
Yeah. So I'll use my fast hands bonus action to do that.
We're gonna totally ruin these people's livelihood.
Yeah, I have that feeling.
So I don't know how you'd want to rule that if it does any damage. Just like I just want to spread the fire to more of those.
Let's see. Make a range attack against our creature. Okay. Hold on. That's the thing for oil. And so you can throw it and it can splash, and if you hit the creatures, then they get covered in oil.
So I need to roll a range attack then.
Yes.
Okay. I'll just make it with my short bow, because it should be the same modifiers, I imagine. Would that be okay?
Yes. Yes, it should be.
And I'll
Okay,
target
so you
like this
throw
guy.
And it's 20 feet. When I hit, the target is covered in oil. Okay. So it's on the guy that had a little potion bottle on.
Okay. And then I will I'll short bow this guy. And then
Okay,
I'll
that's a
run
hit.
away. Okay, that's my turn.
I'm going to cast this. Oop, it was supposed to give you the spell card. Don't know how to do that. It's Shatter.
Oh, there you go. Thank you. I was gonna read it. Let's
Yeah.
see. Each creature that took a radius sphere centered on that point must make it take 3d8 thunder damage on a failed save.
I'm thinking like
Okay.
just in the middle of this group.
Okay. So 10 foot. And let's see. Make a Constitution saving throw. 14. And they all pass the Constitution. So they take 8 damage.
And I too am going to start moving as fast as I can. Like there. That's a lot of rolling.
Yeah, I'm kind of like doing it in groups, so I have to keep sitting here hitting this button. Okay, so Janara, the needle blights move in closer to you, and they just start scratching at you. You take 10 damage. Most of them missed.
Do we have our temporary hit points?
I mean, I would have done it. I didn't say it, so it's up to karma.
No, you lost that on the days of travel. Let's see. 22. Okay, Salazar, the noblites move into you, and they start throwing like needles at you, like thorns come flying through the air at you, and they're going to hit you for 14 damage. And Jimmy, you are going to take from thorns. You'll take 4 damage. And Admore, you go.
All right. As my action, I'm going to raise my right glove and Salazar is hurting, so he gets 10 of that. And I can't see Janara's. And then 5 for Jimmy and 5 for Janara. And then bonus action, the spiritual weapon is going to swing at the one directly in front of it.
Okay. As your hammer comes slamming down on top of the needle blight and just pulverizes it. Let's see. Jimmy did not go how much he was supposed to get for health.
5. So it's 5 for Janara, 5 for Jimmy, 10 for Salazar.
Okay.
All right. Does that end your turn?
Yep, that'll be the end of my turn.
All right, Salazar.
I'm going to cast Scorching Ray, targeting the closest 3. So I got to make 3 spell attack rolls.
Okay. Oh, is that your 2 hit? So you're rolling? Let's see. A hit, a miss. And a hit.
Okay, then I'll roll the damage.
And one more time. Okay. Let's see. So you kill 2 of them out of the 3.
Yeah, and I have a feature. Whenever I reduce a hostile creature to 0 hit points, I gain temporary hit points equal to my charisma modifier plus my warlock level. So that'll be 8 and then 16 in total.
Cool.
I would assume it would stack like that.
It does. It does stack. You just can't go over your max.
Okay. And then, yeah, that'll be me.
Jannar?
Alright, I'm gonna take a long at this one right here.
Okay,
That can
so
be hit on.
if you're gonna shoot, you're gonna have to shoot the ones closest in front of you, standing in the front, because they're all about the same size.
Yeah, I'll do the one that's right in front of me.
Okay. That is a hit.
I might use my ability to piercing arrow on it.
So as you shoot your arrow and cover it with the piercing magic, it flies through and hits 3 of the needle blights and kills them. Jimmy?
Okay, I will hit the blight directly, or attempt to. It's a 12 to hit.
Yes, it hits.
Oh, sorry, I didn't include the sneak on that one. That's a
Okay, so
19
that-
total. Sorry about that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Easily cut that one down.
alright. Cool. Yeah, I'm good here.
And Flicker?
I'm going to use my ice knife. And hit that one right there.
This one here? Well, you have to hit the
Yeah.
front one or something, because it has to go like they're all the same height in a crowd.
Okay, I'll hit that one. Sorry, Janara. Because then it's going to explode.
Oh, I thought to ask, is this the exploding one?
Yeah.
Okay, do the exploding thing.
Oh.
There you go. 5 feet around.
Yeah. So it's a dexterity saving,
Okay.
so Janara has to roll that as well. It's within a 5 foot, like, whoever's within 5 feet of it.
Oh, she's not within 5 feet. She's 10 feet away. She's 2
Is
squares
it
away.
that one
1, 2.
right there?
This one.
The one in middle.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, that one, so I can hit as many of them as I can. Which is why
Okay.
I said sorry, Janara.
Let's see what she said.
Oh yeah, she makes it.
So let's say 18.5.
And then if you ever actually want me to link this spell card, just let me know.
No problem. I thought that's what it was the exploding one. I couldn't just remember that.
Yeah. So it hits the one and then it explodes. And hits whoever's within 5 feet of him. Oh no.
Okay, so Janara, the needle blights are trying to scratch you some more, but your armor protects you, and you only take 3 damage this time. Admore 1 reaches out to hit you. You're an 18. You take 6 piercing damage from the needles. Salazar, you're going to take 6 piercing damage from the claws and the blights.
Alrighty.
And Jimmy, you are going to take 7 piercing damage. And Flicker, both of the next to you is going to come in and they're going to hit you for 10 piercing damage total.
Ow. My tiny wizard body.
Dog beds go in the garbage.
All right. This one right below me, I am going to cast Sacred Flame at.
Okay.
And that one right there below my spiritual weapon, it is going to swing at.
This one right here, right?
Yep, that one.
Okay. It crushes this needle blight.
And then going to take a step down where I was. I know it. I can take an attack of opportunity, and that'll be my turn.
Okay. And you're going to get hit by 8 piercing damage. Salazar.
Alright, I'm gonna kind of turn to my left real quick, and I'm gonna throw a Eldritch Blast at the one next to Flicker.
Okay. You doing Eldritch Blast or Agonizing Blast?
Or it's I've changed because I use the invocation. Agonizing Blast. Sorry.
Okay. And Janara. Your blast comes forth and hits the blight and kills it. Janara, it's your go.
I use my longbow on that one right.
Okay. It's a hit.
And I'm gonna use my piercing arrow on it. On that.
Okay, it knocks the one closest to you dead and sticks in the other one behind you as it gasps in pain. Jimmy, you go.
Okay, I'm going to attack this one.
Okay. And you realize your foes may be many, but they're not very strong. You slice it down.
Okay, and I'm gonna bonus action disengage, so I can move without opportunity attacks. I'm gonna go. That's the end of my turn.
Okay. Flicker.
I'm gonna use Shatter again.
Okay.
And I'm gonna kind of try and find the best spot to hit as many without hitting anyone else. I think like right here might be, or this one. That should be okay, right?
Let's see, for 10-foot radius, so 2 squares. 5, 10. 5, 10.
Isn't 10-foot radius like everything, like from a point?
Yeah, I'm just like those weird. This map's being weird. It has in like 10.8 feet, 10.9 feet. I'm just rounding it down because you can pick a different point. You can pick a different point at the edge and make it 7 feet instead of 10 feet.
Yeah. So kind of just like on that one as far away from my friends as possible.
Okay.
Would that just destroy the house?
It might
Takes
break a couple
damage.
windows.
All right. What's the number to beat?
Sorry, it's a DC 14.
14. Okay.
Yeah, and it should hopefully hit those 5.
The big shatter happens, and like everything is destroyed in the area, and the front door to the winery just bursts open and splinters open.
I'll fix that.
Add more.
It's
Chico.
their turn. No, it's the Blight's turn. You deleted the one that initiative was linked.
Oh, okay. I was wondering when I have my turn. I was like, I missed my turn somewhere. My little tiny guys. Alright, Janara, the blights are surrounding you, and you take 8 piercing damage from their claws and their needles coming at you. Salazar, you take 8 piercing damage from the needle blight next to you. And that's it. Add more.
Alright. So Admore is going to swing his warhammer at the one between him and Janara.
Okay, and is a miss.
Alright. And bonus action is going to cast Sanctuary on Janara. And that'll be my turn.
Salazar.
I will throw an agonizing blast at the guy next to me. And I will remember
And it
to
kills
use
him.
my feature this time to get my hit points. And that is good for me.
Alright, Janara. You're surrounded by these little needle blights.
Shit, so I can't disengage, can I?
Yes, you can. You have two directions you can go. You can move diagonally.
Alright. Okay. Then I'm gonna disengage and haul ass.
All right, Jimmy, check out.
Okay. I'm gonna take a short bow attack on this guy.
Okay. And it was this one right here, right?
Yes, that one.
All right. You take aim with your bow and you kill the blight.
And I'm gonna use my bonus action to use the healer's kit on No sneak. I'm sorry. I keep forgetting to do that.
It's a sneaky healing.
Just when you don't expect it. And I'll stay here. That's my turn.
All right, and Flicker?
I'm gonna up to like right there. Can I hit this one with an ice knife in the middle?
Yes.
Just wanted to make sure I could see him.
All right, your ice knife, your ice knife goes out and it explodes and kills several of the blights.
Okay. And then I think I can use this.
Yes.
Okay. So I think I only get like 2 hit points back. But still.
Let me just make sure. Hold on one second. I say that, but let me check one thing.
Yeah.
Is Ice Knife a necromancy spell?
No.
Like the. Oh wait, no, you're right. I'm sorry.
Yeah. If it's a necromancy spell, it's 3 times as much.
Got
But
it.
if it's not, it's just twice as much. And it was a first level spell.
I was trying to see what they classify twig blight as.
Oh yeah.
A small plant, so it doesn't say construct. So you're good.
Awesome. Thank you. I kept forgetting that I had it, and I was like, okay.
You could have been slurping a lot.
The Salazar, you're going to take 4 piercing damage from the blight that just moved next to you.
All right.
And Admore, you're going to take 6 piercing damage from the claws. And Jimmy, they shoot needles at you but misses. Admore, your go.
Okay. Ardmore is going to reach behind him and touch Flicker with a Cure Wounds. And then the spiritual weapon is going to smack the one directly above.
Okay.
And that is my turn.
All right, Salazar.
I will shoot the one next to me with my agonizing blast.
Don't forget to heal, Flicker.
And I'll get my HP from that.
All right, and Janara, it's your go.
I'm gonna take a longbow attack at that one.
Okay. Nice, and 9. Okay, and I'm going to assume that Jimmy is going to kill this one.
I will attempt to.
Yes.
Well, at least we don't have to worry about getting the door open.
I like your door knocking technique.
So as you're sitting here laying with blights dead around your feet, a vineyard half on fire, and a building with a door blown off of it. That's where we will pause for the night, as the heroes just finished a major attack or combat.
I was gonna cast Thaumaturgy to dim the flames before we finish.
I had the same idea.
I was gonna say Thomas would probably start using control water of some sort to help. I imagine. We can always ask him.
We figure
Yes.
that out next week.
Yes. Next week, and I will get the list of what was in the caravan for you. Let's get the list of. I'm writing this down so I don't forget. List of caravan, and you need the value of the wolf pelts. Wolf pelts. And was that it?
I think that.
Oh,
might
the
have
Van
been.
Richen thing. Van Richen journal entries.
Yes.
I don't have an audio file for that one, do I?
Here,
No, I don't have
one
that
thing.
one yet. Go ahead.
One thing. Do we want to take a short rest this time? If it appears safe, I don't know how you guys are doing spell resources or health.
I think we can visit that next week because we just finished up.
Yes.
Okay.
We'll do it next week.
Yeah,
All right. Well, thank you for playing.
next week I want a short rest. Thank you for DMing.
Yeah, thank you for another amazingly fun session.
Thank you for playing. You have a good night.
Too.
You have a good night, Karma.
Good night.